The Lord of the Rings, Heat, Traffic, Pulp Fiction, The Usual Suspects, Saving Private Ryan, The Godfather, all critically acclaimed ensemble pictures. Girls Trip is also a movie with a few people in it. Queen Latifah, Jada Pinkett Smith, Regina Hall, Tiffany Haddish, all acting to a degree. It's a movie we watched this week. We're going to talk about it. Welcome to You've Got Mails. CJ, I want you to pack your bags. I want you to tell the neighbors to get your mail. I want you to take any extra contraband you might have, stick it up your booty hole, throw a couple extra grapefruits in your luggage. We're going on a goddamn girls trip. Welcome to You've Got Mails.
You only need one grapefruit, sir.
Not if you're that guy in the movie.
Oh, my God.
Jesus Christ, the guy was packing some heat.
Yeah, he was. I think they could have shown a little bit more of that.
Is that why?
It's not every day you see an elephant and you have to stop and look for a few seconds.
Oh, my God. I saw enough. That sums up my opinion of this movie. I saw enough.
Yeah, oh, boy.
So today, everyone, we're going to be talking about 2017 Girls Trip. Queen Latifah's answer to The Hangover? I don't know what this movie was.
It was definitely a movie in the idea that it had a beginning, a middle, and then an end.
I was pretty happy when the end got there. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, we're starting right off there.
We are.
You know what? Before we start,
okay.
I have a little housekeeping.
Okay.
All right, I'm dropping this on you last minute.
All right.
But we have been out now. Well, we have been debuted
out and proud
as a podcast for a few weeks now.
We have.
So
it's hard to believe.
We definitely got a lot more downloads than I think either of us were expecting.
Absolutely.
Which is great. So I just wanted to give a general thanks to anybody that's listened to this.
Absolutely. Thank all of you.
Which is saying something, because most of the people listen to this, family and friends.
Yeah.
And
I think so.
If you know us and you still want to download and hear our voices, I take that as a pretty big compliment.
God bless you. Yeah, I can pretty much see where most of these listens are coming. There's a few surprises. We got a fan in Germany. I don't know who the fuck that is, but hey.
Well, that's coming up here.
Shout out to you.
Another huge thanks to the guys over at the Fright Pub.
Absolutely.
Podcast. That's Liam, Lauren, Shaggy, and especially Chris. He has been taking crazy text messages from me at fucking 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning about how to get sound edits right.
You're doing the Lord's work.
Really, seriously.
Fantastic.
I wanted to give you a few of my favorite listeners so far.
Okay.
First off, Jason's mom.
Yes.
Your
thanks,
mom listens here. I'm going to call her Miss Hill if you're lovely. Mrs. Hill if
married.
you're lovely.
Put some respect on my dad's name.
Has your dad listened?
I hope so. I don't know. She probably made him.
If I would have known that your mom was listening, I probably still would have gone with the Titanic hand jobs jokes, but I would have done the same thing. Second big thing for a big listener, all of New Jersey.
We are getting a lot of listens in New Jersey, oddly enough.
I can't explain it. I don't know why, but gotta love New Jersey.
Forget about it.
And then that one person in Germany.
Yeah.
Has listened the whole time. And I don't know if we have a way to contact us. I know we have a Facebook. Do we have an email address?
We do. It's on the Facebook page. If anybody wants to follow us, and please follow us, like us, subscribe. But you can check us out on Facebook at You've Got Mails. And there is a email in the about info. So reach out.
Saying that, I mean, please, everybody feel free to reach out. But that person in Germany, please reach out. We need to know you.
Reach out and say Auf Wiedersehen.
Yeah.
I think that might be German. I don't know.
And the last part of our little housekeeping here is I've gotten a few questions because I didn't know the official route to get questions. These are just questions people have asked me face to face.
Okay. This is fun.
I've had multiple people ask me, are we going to have guests?
You know what? It's on a case-by-case basis right now, I think.
Yeah.
I think. I don't know how you feel about it, but we're trying to get our feet under us and actually get good at this. I swear to God, we're trying. I think there are a few, obviously a few of our friends at Fright Pub have shown some interest in being on certain movies, and I would love to have them on. And I think we can talk about it. I don't see a problem with it. I mean, Obviously, if Nicolas Cage wants to be on here, he's going to be a guest. But
Well, absolutely.
Yeah, he takes precedence. But
I think it's. I'm trying not to outgrow my own technical prowess. It's hard enough getting two of us recorded.
Yeah, right. We're going to have to remodel the whole basement if we want to get a third person in here.
Oh boy.
So just so you know, if you're ever going to be a guest, you got to sit on either CJ or I's lap.
Second of our three questions. Can you tell I don't want to get into talking about this?
I can tell, and I'm fine with it for now. Yeah, let's keep it rolling.
Second of our three questions. This one comes from Corey, who's listened every week.
Hi, Corey.
Question is Roadhouse? Question mark.
I know he's been pushing for Roadhouse. Not a chick flick.
Not a chick flick.
No, hard no. Although, I mean, if he wants to compromise, we can probably do Ghost or Dirty Dancing at some point and get a little bit of Swayze action in here.
I feel like he just cut Roadhouse in there. He would watch Roadhouse. We would all just review different movies at the same time.
Yeah, exactly.
And the third and last question is from Jen. Will they, won't they?
We will not.
We will not.
No.
I think the real question is, have they?
They have not. I love you. In a platonic way.
Oh.
And you're married. He's a married man, ladies.
Well, I'm sure my wife
disappointing
finds
for all
you
of
awesome.
us. Oh.
I don't know if she'd want to find you in my bed. But...
All right, let's talk girls trip.
All right, let's talk girls trip.
Let's get the girls trip. God, I pretty much already gave my opinion on this movie. Didn't like it. It had some redeeming qualities, I guess. There were some moments. God, what did you think about this? I really felt like they went for the shock humor, but not in a smart way.
I felt
like they were trying way too hard.
I went into this movie feeling like this wouldn't be a movie for me based on race. And what happened quickly was I realized it's not a movie for me just based on gender. And this movie was, of all the movies we've seen so far, this is not a romance movie. This is a chick flick.
100%. Yeah, there are some romantic subplots. It's more about, as Tiffany Haddish so elegantly puts it, getting that D. There's, it's more about just going to New Orleans and having a blast and getting some guys.
That was my biggest problem with this was Tiffany Haddish.
I love her.
She's a great actress.
I love her.
She is a fucking comedy assassin. And she was not given anything to work with here.
She had the funniest parts of this movie, in my opinion.
And
she had some of the best one-liners, I felt like, and she really went for it. I mean, she was putting in her best effort. But you're right, the material wasn't the greatest.
I can guarantee you that for every one of her jokes in this, there was probably a half hour of improv material they left. And when she saw this movie, she was like, "Oh, that's the joke they went with."
This is probably, we're going to run into this a lot. I think this is a case, like you said, as far as all the movies that we've done so far, which hasn't been a lot, but this is episode 6, I think, 6 or 7.
Yeah.
We were not the intended audience based on race, gender, sense of humor. I watched this with my lady friend. She asked if we could watch this. She knew I was doing it for the podcast, and I think she may have owned it on DVD. Loves this movie. Thinks it's hilarious. It's got a 97%, 95% on Rotten Tomatoes. Very high score.
Holy shit.
Yes. People like this movie.
That's better than all the boys I've loved before.
I don't think it may not have been that high, but it's in the 90s. It's definitely a well-received movie, at least by audiences, and I think some critics. It just wasn't for me. I love raunchy comedies. I like The Hangover. So maybe it is just a gender thing. Maybe this is the first time we're going to hit this wall where, and also one major knock I have against this movie. No James Marsden.
Well, he can't be in everything.
He can't. But we've gone how many movies now without him?
He's busy out there with Sonic right now. You can't hang with Regina Hall and Sonic.
If you're going to try to get Nicolas Cage in this podcast, I might start trying to actively pursue James Marsden to be on this podcast. Just so we
get
can
those
get
dreamy blues in here. I'm not going to say no.
But this movie, well received, well reviewed, made a boatload of money, big success. Which this is. I'll talk shit on this movie because I didn't like this movie, but one great thing that it did was this was the first movie produced, written, and directed and starring African Americans to cross the $100 million mark.
All right.
So that's great.
I'll go with that.
I feel like I feel like something else that fits that description probably should have been the first one to cross the $100 million mark.
As far as 3/4 of this main cast, good for them. The other person's Jada Pinkett Smith, and she's doing all right, but I don't want to make this a whole hate on Jada. It's too easy to hate on Jada Pinkett Smith.
It is.
I'm not even 100% sure why I'm supposed to hate on her all the time. But I mean, good for these ladies.
Well, can I say too, like I went into this movie not wanting to like her because current events, the news today, I actually enjoyed her character probably more than any of the others.
And then she busted out the Betty Boop haircut, and you were like, okay.
Yeah, and she was looking real cute. I was a big Jada fan in this movie, but I do find it ironic that I wonder if she had any input on the script, that she was out here just hooking up with dudes 20 years her younger. Because, I mean, that is kind of her MO from what I hear.
He was Big Willie style in this movie.
Jesus Christ, that guy. Two grapefruits. Can we talk about that for a minute? I had to actually look up and see if grapefruiting was a real thing.
Is it?
It's undeterminable. I mean, there's actually a whole article on a sex health website about if you're going to grapefruit, here's the safe way to do it. But they're not saying you should do it.
I feel like my life might be too vanilla. When I look at that and I just seems like it's one, that's something you can only do in a hotel because your bed's going to be fucking sticky as hell after that.
Well,
maybe I'm getting too old, but when I look at things like that, all I can think about is the mess you have to clean up afterwards.
Yeah.
And I just can't get into it.
I don't even care about the mess. Could we have not picked a better fruit than a grapefruit? Could you imagine getting grapefruit juice in your pee hole?
All right, let's go with the first question of the night.
Okay.
Which fruit would you fuck?
Oh, man, that's a good one. I think a kiwi. It's soft, it's fuzzy. You know, it's got a nice... I came up with that answer way too fucking quick. That's like I've thought about this before.
It's I don't know.
Come on now. We don't have to talk about...
Make you look gigantic. No, okay.
I'm not talking about the size of the fruit. I'm talking about just the texture and, you know, the outer shell has like that little fur on it. It's nice. It's comforting. It's welcoming.
I'm going banana, peel only.
What? That sounds awful.
Seems already ribbed for my pleasure. I'm going in.
All right, well. And ladies and gentlemen, this is our last episode of You've Got Mail. Thank you for joining us. Next week, join us for Fruit Talk.
You've Got Mails. That's brought to you by Chiquita.
Man, so let's talk about the biggest star of this movie, in my opinion, New Orleans. My favorite part of this movie is how nice they make New Orleans look.
It is so clean.
It is not in real life, if you've ever been there. Now, I love New Orleans. I just went there this summer, actually. It was a bucket list vacation for me, somewhere I've always wanted to go. I had the best time. It is a filthy, filthy city. Like, just grimy.
But filthy in, like, an awesome way where when you see people walking down the street in New Orleans, everybody's sweaty, everybody's miserable, everybody's a little disgusting. But everybody's good with it because it's everyone. You don't see people fully made up wearing their best clothes because you are going to sweat through a wife beater in like 2 minutes.
Yeah, it's a disgusting town and lovely at the same time.
And they really made it look good in this movie.
Oh, there was so much Vaseline on that lens. I mean, I don't even think that they filmed. Actually, they actually did film this in New Orleans. They actually went and filmed during Essence Fest, which is a real... like an African-American culture festival.
Okay.
With music and things, which I thought was kind of cool. There was a good story. I was researching a little bit. They could only do a few takes at a time because they were literally walking in to a concert full of thousands of people. They would set up, everybody would come out, and then they would just get mobbed. So like you would have like everybody going, recognizing Queen Latifah, recognizing Jada Pinkett Smith, and then it was just like, all right, we got to kind of wrap it up here because they just couldn't film during it without distracting everyone in the room.
This makes so much more sense because I wondered the entire time they were in the concert scene how they shot that. That was a lot of fucking people.
Yeah.
And then they had big hitters there. Common, P. Diddy with Mace, Faith Evans, Neo, Bell Biv the fucking Bo.
Can I tell you how happy I was to see Mace? I didn't think Mace was rapping anymore. I mean, granted, this is from
2007.
5 years ago, 6 years ago. But I thought Mace had like given up and was doing something else. So I was excited to see him still performing with Diddy out there.
Isn't he a preacher now?
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
I should have researched Mace more. It would have been more interesting than this movie.
Preacher's got to get that cash too.
Yeah, you're right. You gotta pay for the new pews and whatnot.
To see P. Diddy and Mace. Can I just say Puff Daddy? Is that?
And I don't want to talk about him at all, honestly, because now there's news about him too. There's a few problematic people in this movie that weren't problematic
including,
at the time.
as of yesterday, Tiffany Haddish.
What happened? What did she do?
Multiple DUIs.
That sucks. Like, I'm not going to condone that.
Yeah, none of them were on top of children.
But she never kidnapped and held a woman against her will or anything like that. So, I mean, you got to go with varying degrees of crime here. And as far as the DUI goes, I hope she gets her shit together. that, if you ask me what I hope for P. Diddy, it's not that. I hope he goes to prison for a really long time and never comes out. So it's totally different. But yeah, it's just, I don't know where I was going with it. The Essence Festival, New Orleans looked really great. It made me want to go back, but then I was like, you're just looking at this through like a lens. Hollywood magic, ladies and gentlemen, is what it is.
Yes.
Some of the best Hollywood magic. Honestly, the most realistic New Orleans scene in this movie was Jada Pinkett just dropping a gallon of pee on people from the street, above the streets. Which that scene, by the way, is awful. But if you've ever been to New Orleans, everything is kind of covered in just a little bit of pee.
It was a real reach for the shock value.
That was the thing. It was just, and I'm trying to put myself in somebody else's shoes, because I do feel like maybe this is unfair. But I'm trying to think, if this was a guy movie and a guy was ziplining from one bar to another across Bourbon Street and just shat buckets on people, would I think it was funny? And I still wouldn't. Like, it was gross out humor that was shoehorned into this movie that didn't make any sense to me, and I just didn't like it.
It's because they brought innocence into it. Now, this movie, you can compare it a lot to Bridesmaids, which had a very similar scene. And they're all shitting and puking all over each other.
And I thought that was hilarious.
But there was no innocent bystanders in that scene.
So you think it's because she was just peeing on a bunch of strangers in the street?
Yeah, which, while I'm watching, I'm like, oh, I get it. I get why this is funny. But I also couldn't stop but to think about if I was down on that street enjoying my New Orleans vacation and somebody just started pissing on me from a great height, and I look up, and not only are they peeing, but all their friends are laughing.
Yeah, I guess.
That's assault, isn't it? Is that assault? That's got to be something.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know. I don't even know if it was that, because I'm sure I've seen... Well, no, I don't think I have. Maybe you're right. Maybe that's the part that sets it apart from other things. But just a lot of the comedy in this, and especially the stuff with Tiffany Haddish, who I love, it was played more for shock value than like smart laughs.
Yes.
Like, I felt like Bridesmaids, yes, there were a lot of gross things in that movie. There's a lot of over-the-top stuff, but it was done just in a smarter way. Like, it wasn't just crammed in there to shock you. And I felt like that scene in particular in Girls Trip was just there to shock.
I mean, I thought Tiffany Haddish probably had the best parts of this. I think she's funny as fuck. Oh. She's one of those people, if she's on something...
Yeah, you'll watch it.
Anytime yes, I will watch her do anything. And she has a great scene with Mike Epps. He's the absinthe dealer.
Yeah, yes. I forgot about him.
I can guarantee you that they went on for hours on that. And they picked some of the footage. But I can almost guarantee you that none of that was scripted.
You think they gave her that freedom? Because she wasn't a big name at the time. When this movie came out.
Oh, really?
This was like kind of her breakout role. She'd done some TV, done some little stuff, but she wasn't a name like she is now. This was
even before they had the fight movie with Ice Cube and Charlie Day, isn't it?
Yeah.
She's still the funniest fucking part of
this. She is.
movie.
I mean, I hope, maybe they did give her a little more freedom. But
Regina Hall's really just there to...
She's the straight man.
Yeah, she is. Somehow, is it crazy that... So Regina Hall... She's a You've Got Mail's alum now.
Absolutely.
She was in Love and Basketball.
She was.
Somehow it's 20 years later, and she is 5 years younger than she was in Love and Basketball.
Yeah, she looks great.
Like, if you told me right now, like, oh, yeah, she got canceled too. Found out she was, like, sucking the fluid out of fetuses or something.
Or an Army Hammer was eating people somewhere.
Yes, I would absolutely believe it. Like... They kicked in the door. Her and Paul Rudd were just like freebasing fetus to stay alive. I would believe this.
Yeah, I think I would too. Beautiful woman.
that's a real roundabout way to say beautiful woman.
Yeah, she is. She's gorgeous. Yeah.
And then Queen Latifah, who music, comedy, she does a little bit of everything.
She really does. Yeah,
she's the equalizer.
She is the equalizer. She's out there whooping that ass.
Yeah, you can put Queen Latifah in pretty much any movie. She'll find a place to fit in.
Yeah, this whole cast I thought was pretty well rounded and could have. This movie, it could have been better for me, but apparently people like it. So what am I going to do? Who am I to argue with America? Like, what am I going to do? But yeah, I mean, you got Luke Cage in this movie, Mike Coulter.
Yes.
Who I was really... only thing I really know him from is Luke Cage, so I was kind of unhappy to see him playing a piece of shit.
He's a
But
dog.
he's a real dog, yeah. And then I don't know, I got nothing to say about this movie.
I mean, they had great party scenes. Oh, the whole, speaking of absinthe,
Yes.
that scene I was okay with that. That was funny. Now here, if you ever drank absinthe, you said you went to New Orleans. Did you drink any while you were there?
I did. I think I had is absinthe in a Sazerac?
There is a little bit. They coat the glass. With
Yeah,
that.
okay. I had a Sazerac. Not the absinthe scene, but the scene where they're at the bar where I had to have absinthe to drink. Is a place called the Carousel Bar, which is an actual just circular bar that rotates as you drink. That's where Tiffany Haddish breaks the bottle and almost manslaughters Luke Cage. Little does she know he's got metal skin and that wouldn't have affected him. But yeah, I had a Sazerac there, so that was pretty cool.
Like I've also had absinthe. I've never had. Now I know the wormwood. There's chemicals that are in real absinthe that are supposed to give it a little bit of a floaty quality.
Okay.
I don't believe you get that crazy high on absinthe, like fuck a lamp high.
Well, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. You may not know the answer to this either. I feel like there's commercial absinthe now.
Maybe that's what I had.
Yeah,
it was just 150 proof.
Yeah, I think that like back in the day, like absinthe really had hallucinogenic qualities, and if you drank it, you would kind of maybe trip a little bit. I don't think that's the case anymore because now you can just, I think, buy absinthe at a liquor store. So, it's not.
Come on down to Sheets, get yourself some absinthe and
but
Fireball.
even that, I mean, there's a precedent for absinthe scenes in movies. If you remember Eurotrip, there's a whole scene. If you've ever seen Eurotrip, they go to a bar somewhere and they all drink absinthe and they start tripping balls and seeing things. So, I mean,
these girls were tripping hard.
I liked the Queen Latifah part where she thought she was with a very handsome man, and then they would just keep showing her just like dancing with a lamp, and at one point just like humping a lamp. Like that made me laugh. There were parts of this movie that made me laugh. Not
that whole scene,
not nearly enough for my liking, but there were scenes
when the assistant manager takes off her shoe and hands it over and says,
"Token
Please
white lady,
put this on my card."
Yes. Yeah.
That had me laugh out loud.
Yeah.
That one was great.
Yeah, token white lady. Kate Walsh played Elizabeth. She's from Grey's Anatomy. I recognize her. Not that I watched Grey's Anatomy. I knew she was like a bigger name.
You can admit it.
All right, you're right. She's a bigger name. And she was cringe, as the kids say. Like everything about this movie, I was just like, ugh.
There was one part of her one of her scenes that bothered the shit out of me.
Okay.
Which is her, Regina Hall, and Luke Cage. She comes in and just physically assaults Luke Cage with her hand, groping all over. Regina Hall doesn't say a word. She questions it with her face. She's just watching this girl grope her husband half to death. And then Luke Cage leaves. She says one thing, and Regina Hall just shuts it down immediately.
Well, she said, "Girl, bye," or something like,
and Regina Hall shuts that shit down, as she probably should. But where was that energy a few minutes ago when this lady had lady had a handful of Luke Cage?
Yeah, well, because it's played for laughs and it's humor, and if she would have shut that down, it wouldn't have been funny. Also, I mean, they weren't in a loving relationship. She probably didn't even care at that point. It didn't seem like they were. This was more of a marriage of convenience. She's trying to get this big money deal. I'm not even sure what she did. Was she a writer?
She was a personality. They were the Chip and Joanne.
Yeah, she was kind of a Martha Stewart type. Like she was about to get a big deal where she was going to be in Walmarts and on television, have her own show, but she couldn't have that without Luke Cage's character.
That's it nowadays.
Stewart, because he's a professional football player, and they're a duo, they're a team. They were like their marriage was in trouble, then this whole deal would go away. But the whole time she knows he's cheating on her and sleeping with Instagram models and just being a genuinely awful person. Just a real piece of shit.
I really don't have a lot to say about this. I don't really feel they'd be tripping that hard off absinthe, but it was one of my favorite movie tripping scenes. The part where the three of them look over at Regina Hall at the table and she's all the way across the club. And they say, "We have to save her." But she's all the way over there. And then it cuts back, and they're standing next to her.
2 feet away from her.
That is more in line with any time, like an hallucination situation.
Yeah.
Where you're just like, well, we got to do this, but by God, it's all the way. Like, I got to go to the bathroom, but it's all the way across the room.
So what you're saying is they did one thing right in this movie, and that was the hallucination scene.
Yeah, that was basic.
All right, I'm going to tell you a little story here. This movie for me was 3 parts, right? There's the beginning with the voiceover. They're setting up all the characters. Regina Hall's character is talking about they're the Flossie posse. They were best friends all through college. They were sorority sisters. They grew apart. That felt real. That's what happens. Like you have your college friends, your friends when you're younger, and you kind of all grow apart. But they would take a girls' trip every summer. They hadn't done it for years, and this was her chance to get everybody back together. That was fine. That was a nice little part of the movie. I didn't mind that. And we get into probably 3/4 of this movie, which is just gross out humor, over the top bullshit stuff that I didn't care for. A dance battle at one point, which I didn't.
That wasn't for you.
That wasn't. Who was that for? Like I said, we're not the target audience here. I need to accept that because this
not
movie
even close
is beloved by many. And then you've got like the last 15 minutes of this movie where all hell breaks loose. The news gets out that Regina Hall's husband is cheating on her. Her whole deal is in jeopardy. Queen Latifah's character is a tabloid reporter, basically, and she thinks that she leaked the story. Big blow up in the hotel lobby. All the friends go their separate way because you have to do this in every movie.
Oh, the implosion.
The implosion. You have the implosion. Then you got to get it all back together.
Which I will give them. I give them high marks on the implosion scene. I enjoyed.
I like the implosion scene. This is what I'm saying. At that point, at the implosion scene, it became a good movie again. So there is a solid 20 minutes of this movie that's good, and then the rest is shit. But out of all the movies we've watched so far, the last 10 minutes of this movie is the closest I've been to crying. And I don't know why.
Really?
Regina Hall gives her big keynote speech at the Essence Festival. She goes out and she's going to lie and say, my marriage is fine, everything's fine. All these pictures come out of Luke Cage just all up on this girl at a club. And she flat out comes out and goes, oh, those pictures are fake. They were clearly not fake. This was never going to work anyway. But she starts giving the fake speech, and then in the middle of it goes, you know what? I don't need a man. I don't need this guy. She blows up his spot. All the girls show up. They're cheering her on. And then they meet up in the back room, and they have a real heart-to-heart where they, embrace, and I almost fucking cried. And I
this is what gets you. Were you hungover or something?
No, I don't know. I told you I was watching it with my lady friend, and I don't know why, but I kind of welled up at that point. It's kind of like with Love Actually when we talked, whenever Bill Nye comes back to the manager and realizes he's his best friend and he loves him. I think I like friend love more than I love love. I think that's what gets me is real that kind of emotion.
I could see that. That scene in Love Actually, it absolutely tickled me.
Yeah, but it's for some reason, maybe I'm not a romantic. I always considered myself a romantic, but maybe I'm not. Those are the kind of things that get me. And for some reason, this movie almost had me there. If I would have cried at Girls Trip, this podcast would be over. I'd be done. We're not doing this anymore. So yeah, did you cry? Did you cry at Girls Trip?
During this movie?
Yeah.
No. I cried when it was over because it was finally over.
It was like tears of joy.
It got to the end.
It's like that scene from Captain
when the
Phillips.
credits started rolling, I was like, great, now I got to watch outtakes. And thankfully, not really any.
See, you're a way better reviewer than me because I didn't even finish the credits. I was like, all right, done here.
As soon as I saw that they were just putting names up, I was out. I pieced out.
So wait, there could have been a post-credit scene, and we don't even know.
Started looking up to see if you can refund movies on Amazon Prime.
There is going to be a Girls Trip too, which is exciting. When I went on IMDb and was checking out some people's credits. It's
we're putting that on the list.
We have to. It's inevitable. Yeah. So we're gonna enjoy Girls Trip 2. 2 girls, 2 trip. I don't know. How can they top this one? What kind of bodily fluids will they spray on people in Girls Trip 2?
So here, sorry.
Was it the spraying of body fluids that got you?
No, I just don't want to be full negative the whole time.
No, go for it. This movie sucked. Let's talk about it. Embrace it.
It had New Edition in it.
Did it? I wasn't even sure who some of the people were. Like you said, Belle Biv DeVoe. I didn't even notice Belle Biv DeVoe.
I don't think they sing anything. They have like a cameo. I only know that because they were on. They have the two guys from Belle Biv DeVoe in IMDb.
Oh, okay.
So that's the only reason I know they were in it. They kind of just did. It seemed like somebody called in a lot of favors.
Okay, so here's what I think. They filmed it at Essence Festival, so these musicians were already all there. I'm sure they got some kind of payment for being in the movie, but they were already on site. You've got Queen Latifah. Tell me she doesn't have hookups in like the hip hop and like R&B community.
That's true.
You know, you got Jada Pinkett Smith who's married to Will.
Yes.
If Will wants Diddy or Belle Biv DeVoe to like pop in a movie for a minute, I'm sure he's going to be there. So yeah, I feel like it probably wasn't that hard to get all these people in this movie. It's not like they flew them in to be in the movie. They flew to them and they were like, hey, do you mind? I'm like, well, you're fucking here, I guess. What else am I doing?
Let me ask you about the other. So we have basically the 5 main characters.
Yes.
So the 4 ladies, Luke Cage.
Yes.
Then we have the other guy.
Lorenz Tate.
Julian.
Yes, Julian, yes. Who's I guess a New Orleans musician? I couldn't tell. Or he's just a musician in general. But he's playing some
bassist.
He's playing some shows. Yeah, maybe like a studio musician because he's actually playing with Neo at one point. And he invites her to come to the show.
Oh, is that the one at the House of Blues?
Yes, yeah. So maybe, but I got the impression that he was New Orleans native in a way. Like it seemed like he was kind of in the New Orleans music scene.
Like they all went to high school and he ended up in New Orleans.
Maybe. I don't know. This movie wasn't exactly fleshed out the best. I don't know who anybody was or what they were doing. All I know is Tiffany Haddish had drugs in her booty hole and Jada Pinkett Smith needed to get some dick. That's pretty much all I got
stuff to say about
movie.
Tiffany Haddish's booty hole.
I bet you do.
But first,
okay.
I just want to talk about New Orleans.
Okay.
I love that place. One thing they had going for them, hand grenades.
They did. I like that they were all drinking. A great
night in New Orleans starts with fucking hand grenades because it's the best way to just pull the ripcord.
And a bad night in New Orleans ends with a hand grenade.
Yes. For those who have never been in New Orleans, the hand grenade is sort of it's like a tourist trap drink that they have. It's a giant melon drink.
It's a Long Island iced tea type drink. It's just a bunch of liquor mixed together.
Including moonshine
in a
rum.
Giant cup.
And that's what I could think is the last time I was in New Orleans, I went with my wife, and we decided we went for more of a cultural trip, I think. Museums,
that's why
graveyards, things like that.
I'm 42 years old. Bourbon Street ain't my thing. Like I'm not. I checked it out one night and I was like, yeah, no. I want to check out the cemeteries. I want to eat all the gumbo. Like I just wanted to eat. It was more of a food trip for me. I went to eat all the food.
Well, absolutely.
And I drank, obviously, but I drank, but it was like the little bars off the side streets and like the cool little places that you don't know about, not the giant tourist trap that is Bourbon Street.
But we did a drinking night where we started on Bourbon Street.
Yeah.
Started in some random bar. Said, I keep seeing these hand grenades everywhere. Give me 2 of those. Let's do this.
Yeah.
And you chug them down.
Yeah, they are good.
And
they go
I remember
smooth.
Putting them down in a few minutes, saying, let me get another hand grenade. And the lady came over. She said, look, my job is to sell you as many of these as possible, but you need to slow the fuck down. And I was like, what's in them? She goes, that's proprietary, man. I can't even tell you.
That woman is a saint.
But there is definitely a lot of grain alcohol in this drink. She was like, you cannot drink these this fast.
You drink another one of these, you're going to be hanging above Bourbon Street just peeing on everybody.
She definitely gave me a second one, me and my wife. And we were great until we stood up. And the whole fucking world tilted sideways 30 degrees. And I fell.
Oh, Jesus.
But it was a hell of a way to start our one drinking night.
And that lady was like, I told you.
Which they don't close the bars there. So I don't remember when we got home. I know what my bank account looked like the next day.
Mm-hmm.
We went all out while we were there. Really do love that town, though, because you can wake up the next morning. You look like shit. You smell like shit.
You look like everybody else there.
Yeah, they're just like, hey, come join the fun. Get a Bloody Mary.
Yeah, it's
hop a seat at the bar. Get a beignet.
Yeah, you walk a block down the street. You get a hard iced coffee and a little hair of the dog, and you're ready to go.
Yeah,
yeah, absolutely.
I love that town, and I can't wait to go back there again. Maybe.
Same.
You know what? We'll do the girls' trip tour while we're there.
We'll do a guys' trip. Yeah. I don't know where all they went. They didn't go anywhere. Like there was They were in seedy hotels, nice hotels.
Seedy
and
hotels with just
Bourbon
that
Street.
guy's dick will burn into my memory for the rest of my life.
I will. You know what? We've had a milestone here on You've Got Mail's first full male frontal nudity on the pod.
Was it?
I believe so. I don't think I've seen a big old man's penis in anything
You
else.
really weren't paying attention during 27 dresses, were you?
That would have got my attention. I really feel
At
like
least
it.
2 of those dresses were crotchless, I believe.
No, but yeah, that was a bit
that
of a
old
surprise.
guy.
Yeah, he was. I mean, he was great. He played the part of creepy old flasher very well.
Have you ever checked into a hotel like that though, where you get there and you're like, what? There's something off about this. I once went to Cleveland to go see a band. We all got rooms at a Knight's Inn. There was blood on the toilet.
Oh Jesus!
Like a weird amount of blood on the toilet. The sheets were all stained.
CJ, I'm going to stop you right there. Any amount of blood on the toilet that isn't yours is a weird amount.
And it's a great thing when you go and get the owner and you go, hey, I'm not staying here. We need a refund. And the guy goes, I'm not refunding you. And I go, hey, there's blood on my toilet. And I brought him into the room to assess the blood on the toilet. I said, that's blood, bro. And he goes, I'm not giving you. I was like, you got to give me a refund.
Did you get your money back?
Yeah.
Oh,
we
right.
went and stayed at a La Quinta.
All right,
it was
good.
wonderful. But
Well, La Quinta is like a step up from blood on the toilet also. Like, that's not a great hotel.
but I've had that a
But in
few times.
retrospect, it was probably an upgrade.
Have you ever been in like a hotel room and seen a cockroach run across the wall? Well, usually it's a motel, I guess.
No, I mean, I remember staying in a hotel like right outside of D.C. I had to go to D.C. for work. This was back when I was doing like some manual labor. And me and another guy had to drive down there to set something up. And our boss put us up in a hotel. And it was one of those places like you go in, you lock the door, you don't come out until the sun's up. Like it was not a good neighborhood, not a nice hotel. It wasn't like overly
like a
filthy.
vampire hotel.
Yeah, it wasn't overly filthy, but it wasn't a safe place to be in, and I wasn't overly excited. But at that point, I had no choice. Somebody else was paying for it. It was already booked. We got in like midnight. It was like curl up, put a dresser in front of the door, and go to sleep and hope for the best. There was no blood on the toilet though, so I had that going for me. Listen, I'm going to tell you, I think we're at the point now in this podcast, thankfully, where we can kind of start wrapping things up. We're at the grand gestures portion. Would you like to give this movie its flowers, CJ? Would you like to say anything nice, or do you have any observations?
Yes.
About
This is where I'd like to talk about Tiffany Haddish's booty hole.
Oh, perfect.
That scene is ridiculous
Tell me why.
because she stores a bunch of weed in her booty hole to get on a plane for an hour and a half trip.
Right. I'm going to just out myself right here. I'm not a weed smoker, but I know a lot of people that smoke. Traveling with weed isn't that big of a deal, right? Like you just wrap it up in something and put it in your luggage. Like you don't have to stick it up your butt.
You want to be safe because dogs are around.
Yeah.
But traveling with weed is not a thing because you don't need to do it. And this is going to
It's not
bring
legal
on...
in New Orleans, is it? You can't just buy it down there. I mean,
don't
you
think
probably
it's-
can, but is it safe? And like, where do you
I
find
don't think it's
somebody?
legal, but here's...
I'm such a square.
Here's
I
where
couldn't
we're
buy
gonna
weed in
go,
my own hometown, or Pittsburgh. Like, I don't even know how to buy weed. Like, I don't know.
I'd like to give you some travel tips.
All right, thank
travel tips with CJ.
Okay.
First off, when you get to the airport and you have weed in your booty hole, your first step, take the weed out of your booty hole, take it back to your house, put it in your dresser, leave it there. It'll be there when you get back, unless you live in like a flop house or something. You don't need to store. If you were like, hey, I need at least an 8-ball of cocaine to get through the weekend, then you might need to store it. Like if it's an addiction thing, you might need to store it up in the booty hole, as Tiffany Haddish calls it.
I don't want to interrupt you, but can I ask you a question?
Sure.
They made such a big deal about her smuggling this weed in her booty hole. Did we ever see them smoke weed for the
At the
rest of the
very,
trip?
very, very end, right before the credits. They're all laying in bed together.
They're smoking
a
booty
joint.
weed.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so here's where my tips come in.
Okay.
When you get to your location, and if you really need some weed, what you're going to do is you're going to order a pizza. When the pizza guy shows up, you're going to give him $10 and you're going to say, hey, where can I get some weed? Pizza delivery guys will be able to help you with this.
That makes sense.
Yeah, you can tip them in weed. Either they're 17 or 18 years old and that's all they're doing this job for, or they're 38 and you're not a 38-year-old pizza delivery guy because you don't smoke weed. Another option you have, if the pizza thing doesn't work out, is ask the concierge. It's like their job.
I was thinking that. I was going to ask you if that was a go-to, because I really felt like I stayed in a pretty nice hotel. It was nice by my standards in New Orleans, but the guy at the front desk was so helpful. I feel like if I asked him like where I could hide a body, he would have been like, "Oh, I got you. Come right this way." So I feel like if I asked him where I could score some weed, he'd be like, "Oh yeah."
I think it's like a thing like a doctor. Like they take an oath Bruce. When they come in.
Yeah.
And they have to help you.
Yeah.
So if you ask the concierge, the younger the better.
Yeah.
You just say, "Hey, where can I get some weed around here?" They might turn you down, but before the end of the night, they will recontact you and be like, "Look, I was able to help you out."
Yeah, I know a guy.
Let
me see if I can make something happen.
So that's my travel tips. These are travel tips passed on from my dear mother. She was
Mrs. McDermott.
Anywhere we went, she was always able to get some. You're gonna pay a little extra. You're gonna get taxed on it. You might not get the same great shit that Derek, that dude from high school, sells you, but you'll be able to get it, and you don't have to put any of it in your butt.
Let me ask you a question. I know you like to ask me questions.
I've never stored drugs in my butt.
That's not what I was going to ask you.
Okay.
Not what I was going to ask you. I know they're in like a baggie and everything, but if someone offered you a drug that you were interested in doing and told you that it had been in their butt beforehand, would you do it?
I'm gonna give that a hard no.
So you wouldn't smoke like a butt joint?
No. It would be hard to get me to smoke a joint that wasn't in somebody's butt. But I mean, even the vices I do get into, I don't think I'd want. No, that's a hard no.
All right, well, I'm just gonna keep this weed in my butthole then, since you said no. Yeah, I mean, I didn't even need to put it up there. I drove here in my own car, I didn't put it in until I got here. It's just it was all for the bit, really.
You have no TSA in your car?
No, it was just commitment to the bit. So this is awkward now.
So what are your flowers for this movie? What's your grand gesture?
I don't have any. Well, I mean, I guess we're gonna call it a grand gesture because we're at the end. I have one issue with this movie that really drove me nuts above all other things. We talk about Regina Hall's character being in this basically loveless relationship, a marriage of convenience, just to have this opportunity to become like the next Martha Stewart. At the end, it's this great like woman's empowerment. I don't need no man. We don't need a man to be strong. Like we can do whatever we want. Like I don't need he's a dog. Fuck that guy. Like I'm gonna get mine. And then they go backstage and her agent comes in and is like, they want to give you the deal anyway, even though you just blew up your whole marriage. Like you didn't think you were going to get it. They loved it. Let's do it.
What a nice bow to put on this package.
The very next scene, she's with that other guy. Like this other guy who was like, there was chemistry there and it was like an old flame and you kind of figured they were going to end up together. But don't stand up in front of all these people and be like, I don't need a man. And then the very next scene, oh, hey, I got a man. That wasn't for me. I didn't like that.
No.
It bothered the hell out of me. Because it could have been such a good thing. Like, it didn't. You could have just shown her at that music festival with all of her girls hanging out, having a good time, and you'd be like, this is nice. But no, they're all still there alone, like, without anybody. But no, not Regina Hall. Just broke up with her husband with a man.
Immediately.
So, yeah, fuck that. That's all I got. I tried to come up with something. I got nothing else for this movie. Oh, I did. I was excited. The director of this movie, Malcolm D. Lee, is Spike Lee's cousin.
Oh.
Directed one of my all-time favorite comedies, which makes this movie even more confusing to me. You ever see Undercover Brother?
Oh, absolutely.
This guy directed Undercover Brother.
That's the movie. That's the reason that I have this watch full of hot sauce.
Absolutely. I stick mine up my booty hole. All right. Moving on. Let's get on the Nicolas Cage portion of the...
Yes.
Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. Chick flick to a dick flick.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't want to prematurely cage.
There's no such thing.
So what do you got, CJ? Give me your chick flick
Sure.
to a dick flick. Actually, let me go first.
Okay.
Because I'm going to be dead honest with you. This movie already was a dick flick.
Oh, please explain.
It was called The Hangover. You just gotta replace all these women with guys, and I don't know. This movie sucked. I hated it. There's no dick in this movie. Like it was a guy movie.
Oh, there was some dick in this movie.
This movie was a dick flick just with chicks in it. This was a chicks with dicks flick. That's what I'm gonna call it. It already was a guy
Dead
movie.
silence.
Like everybody, well, we're alone. This humor was like almost like meant for guys. It just wasn't funny humor.
I can agree.
So I've got nothing for this one. I usually try to go with something really clever. This already was a dick flick. Like you can't. I mean, make it funnier. That's how you make this a dick flick. Make me laugh. You didn't do it.
You want to hear how I would do this?
I feel like you got a good one. That's why I wanted to go first. Because
actually, I have yours, but better.
Okay.
Okay. So as you said, they're making a sequel to this movie.
Yes.
Movie starts. It's Regina Hall and Julian.
Okay.
Right before their wedding, they decide to go out, and they're gonna have a party beforehand. You know, a little going away party. Maybe Vegas. Maybe New Orleans again.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Okay.
They go out, they do a big toast, suddenly, boom, they wake up the next morning, a la The Hangover. Don't know what happened. But as they're getting their shit together, Zach Galifianakis stands up in the background. Ed Helms. The entire cast of The Hangover.
Oh, are you giving me a crossover?
A crossover movie.
This I would watch.
Yes, so it is all 8 of them trying to figure out what happens. Another baby shows up. It's an Asian baby. That doesn't even make sense.
It's got to be Ken Jeong's, right?
Of course it is. Of course. I want a extended sex scene between Tiffany Haddish and Zach Galifianakis. And when I say extended, I want you to think about what is too long, then add 4 or 5 minutes to that.
I like that.
I want it violent, angry.
More full frontal male nudity.
The room is destroyed.
Maybe that naked hobo is just outside the window watching.
Because that would be the entire movie, is just the two of them making everything funny. Oh, Ed Helms is kind of funny too. But that's the movie that I want. That's how we turn this into a dick flick, is by adding a whole bunch of dicks.
I love that. That I would watch. I would 100% at least give that a shot.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Girl boy trip.
I feel like Bradley Cooper and Queen Latifah would have a nice chemistry.
Holy shit.
Just bouncing things off of each other. I feel like they're the two, like, kind of like, we got to figure this shit out. Like, let's
absolutely.
Get, the two in charge.
Mike Tyson shows up.
Yeah, like, I feel like we just get rid of, God love her, we get rid of Regina Hall altogether. Because honestly, her character is probably the least interesting.
She's the one on the roof.
Yeah, and they lose Julian too, because I don't give a shit about that guy either.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I like that a lot.
It's funny, we both went straight to The Hangover, which this movie is
it's just
very much cribbing off of.
Absolutely. All right, let's Nicolas Cage the shit out of this movie.
All right, you hit me. I want to know how you have connected this movie to Nicolas Cage.
So I came into this with an ulterior motive. An ulterior motive. Because I can do this, I think, with any movie in one step. I think if I would have dug deep enough, someone in this movie was in a movie with Nicolas Cage, like straight up. But I wanted to give myself a challenge. So I wanted to take kind of a random side character and work from there.
Okay.
The person I took was the homeless guy who flashes his dong in the window.
I thought you were going to say Mike Epps, but okay.
No.
All right, let's go real hard on it. Well, let's go somewhat flaccid.
Yes, we went for this old flaccid penis, and how am I going to connect that to Nicolas Cage?
Oh, please.
That actor's name is Robert Miano. He's been acting since the 1970s. He's been in...
So this guy has a body
He
of
has a body of work. This guy was in, like, Starsky and Hutch. He's been in, like, every Law and Order you can think of. He's usually like a side character, but he's been in some bigger movies. So here's how we're going to connect it. Robert Miano, who plays Hobo Bob, full frontal Hobo Bob, was in the 2000s Dungeons and Dragons movie with Jeremy Irons.
Okay.
Who plays the bad guy in the Dungeons and Dragons movie. Jeremy Irons is the voice of Scar in The Lion King. Matthew Broderick plays the grown-up Simba in The Lion King. Matthew Broderick is in The Road to Wellville with John Cusack. John Cusack plays Special Agent Vince Larkin in Con Air.
Yes.
Put the bunny in the box. Nicolas Cage movie, Con Air.
I just found out that Matthew Broderick was in The Lion King. I did not know that.
It's grown-up Simba. It was Jonathan Taylor Thomas when he was a kid, Matthew Broderick when he's grown up.
Nice.
So that is how I connect Nicolas Cage to Girls Trip.
You know what?
It was a bit of a trip on its own.
Yeah. I like it better whenever you got the 6 or 7 steps.
I kind of do too. I mean, we might go for this from now on, but we'll see.
All right.
It's a work in progress. So it's so easy to connect them. I wanted to give myself a challenge.
Well, in my case, I'm going to go ahead and add Nicolas Cage into this movie.
Okay.
My first, which I think is now double dipping, is, basically the dick guy that rubs his dick all over the window. Just having him there, but dressed as Dracula. But what I'd rather have him do is I'm going to insert a whole new character into this movie. Which is while they're all tripping at the club.
Yeah.
He plays a different aspect for each one of them. It's easy with Queen Latifah.
He's the lamp?
He's the lamp.
Sexy lamp,
But
Nicolas
then
Cage.
anytime, yes. So, and then for Regina Hall, he's just randomly at that table all of a sudden, giving her advice on how to do this.
Maybe he's the agent now.
Tiffany Haddish, getting freaky in the bathroom.
with Nicolas Cage.
Yes.
Why do all your scenarios just have Tiffany Haddish in, like, sex scenes?
Dead silence.
He's got no answer for that. It's cool. I ain't hating.
And then Jada Pinkett Smith, he's just there juggling fucking grapefruit in the background the whole time. That's where he would fit into he is absinthe incarnate. And, Nicolas Cage has a very big New Orleans background.
He does. Well, yeah, I would like to connect this in just one more way if I could.
Sure.
Because on my trip to New Orleans this past summer, we went to St. Louis Cemetery. I believe it's number 1. It's one of the biggest, touristy cemeteries in New Orleans you can go on a walking tour of. And Nicolas Cage has a tomb there. He has purchased his lot already. You walk through the cemetery, it is just, everything is old marble. It's aged. It feels lived in. It's just like the city, It's been through a lot. And then there is this just giant glistening white marble pyramid that we were informed that Nicolas Cage has purchased, and he will be laid to rest there when he passes away. And I'm saying it right now. If we don't get Nicolas Cage in this podcast before he dies, we're doing a live broadcast from the cemetery. Book it, New Orleans. We'll be there.
We'll be there.
All right, let's rate this thing.
1.5.
Wow. Really? Walk me through it.
I think it's pretty obvious. Like, I give it the 1.5. It's basically 1 for the music. I really like the music in this.
Yeah, the music was good.
It was everything that I thought
Bill
I
Withers
was going
got
to
me.
get. Yes.
You gotta love the Bill Withers.
Like, the music brought me there. I was into that. Makes me think that, like, Essence Fest seems like a pretty fucking cool time in New Orleans.
Yeah.
I'm down with it. Am I saying New Orleans right? Is it New Orleans? New Orleans? Nolans?
No, I mean, it depends on where you're from. I'm
just going to say it this way.
For two average white guys, it's New Orleans.
Okay.
If you're from there, it's New Orleans.
I liked that. The other half a point is from a girl, Tiffany. And that's about it. 1.5 this is my lowest rated movie so far.
It is. Yeah, it is. And I'm wow.
You think that's high?
No, I don't think it's high. It's lower than I was expecting. And I'm trying to think. I think I gave what?
It's lower than I was fucking expecting on this movie.
I had a lot of people tell me this movie was good, which has me just shook. So I think I gave The Notebook a 2, which is by far my least favorite movie so far that we've done. But I think you're right. And it may not be fair. This movie just wasn't for me, and it probably wasn't intended to be for me. I think I'm going 1. There were very few parts of this movie that gave me a chuckle. The 1 star is probably like half for Tiffany Haddish, half for Jada. I really, surprisingly, went into this movie expecting to hate her and liked her the most out of everybody.
Yeah, you wonder, like, it's kind of the same thing with her and Will Smith. Is you hear terrible things about them. Not terrible, but you hear things about them that make you not want to like them.
But they seem
But
likable.
when you see them on screen...
You know what that is, CJ? Acting. Yeah, like they're good at acting like normal people that aren't awful garbage people. So
I mean, hell, I just watched not Last Man on Earth. What is the movie with Will Smith?
I Am Legend.
I Am Legend.
Yeah.
That movie is a stinker, and he makes that movie great.
That movie makes me cry.
Oh,
every time that dog dies.
Oh, it's the
My
dog,
God.
of course.
Yeah, so there you go. So yeah, 1 star for me. I thought this movie was crap. I didn't like it much at all. Like I said, it had a couple laughs. It was mostly done for shock value. Have you ever tried to show a woman a movie that you think is hilarious and they don't get it? Like,
oh, I've been married, yes.
Yeah, like, hey, baby, I want you to watch Monty Python and the Holy Grail. And they're like, what the fuck is my life right now? This is awful. And you're just dying?
Oh, yeah.
This has got to be just like the reverse of it. Like, this movie wasn't meant for us. The humor isn't meant for us. It's probably great. The girl I'm dating loves this movie, thinks it's hilarious. I thought it was crap. So 1 star. One hobo penis from me. That's what we're calling it on this one.
I'll give it 1.5 grapefruits.
Yeah, no, it sucked. All right, let's roll our next movie.
All
Let's
right.
hope it's not Girls Trip 2.
Yeah. Well, that's not out yet, so thank God.
Right. Give me a number.
Let's bust out that Google random number generator. We have number 58.
58. Let me have a look here. Oh, I know this movie. How Stella Got Her Groove Back.
Oh, boy.
And when I say I know this movie, I know that this movie exists.
Yeah, I know
know
this movie has spurred about 1 million jokes about getting your groove back.
It does. And, I guess we're going to find out, does Stella ever get her groove back?
What do you think this one's about?
Okay, so I think that this movie is probably about a woman whose name is Stella.
Great start.
And she's probably, something has happened to her that has caused her to either misplace or lose her groove entirely. And she is going to go on a journey to try to get that groove back.
It's out of the country, right? I think I know about this. She goes
to like a beach or something. Like,
Yeah,
I
it's
feel
a
like it's
beach.
on a beach resort or something. Like,
Yeah.
In all seriousness, she probably is out of a relationship, and like it's probably basically the equivalent of Girls Trip. Like, she's probably the Jada Pinkett, where she hasn't gotten any in a long time, and all of her girlfriends are like, "You got to get that D, girl."
and she goes to Ocean City and bangs a guy 20 years younger than
It
her.
has to be better. I mean, well, let's see. Let's see who's in this. We've got Angela Bassett as Stella,
Oh, okay.
Taye Diggs as Winston Shakespeare. That's a badass name.
That's his name?
Yeah, that's his character's
Jesus Christ.
name. You're not going to believe this.
Oh, please hit me.
Would you like to guess who else is in this movie?
No.
We got a three-peat, ladies and gentlemen. Regina King
Oh!
coming back again.
Regina Hall or Regina King?
Oh, shit. I got my Reginas mixed up. We probably haven't had a Regina King in this movie.
We have not had a Regina King.
But
We've
it also-
had multiple Reginas.
But it also has me wondering if Regina King was the one that was in Love and Basketball, and that's why she doesn't look like she aged, because they're two different women. All right, after a quick Google search, are you ready for the results?
Okay, please let me know.
We are 100% right. Regina Hall was in Love and Basketball, not
Okay.
Regina King. We do know our African-American actresses apart. You cannot cancel us yet, America. We're going strong.
We're going there. We're going all the way to where Stella got her groove back.
That's right. I hope she gets it back, and I hope this movie's better than Girls Trip. Jesus Christ. What an awful movie. Anyhow, everybody, thank you again. I mean, we know we gave big thanks to everybody at the beginning of the show. You guys are great. Please like us, subscribe to us. You can find us anywhere you listen to your podcasts at. We're everywhere. And until next time, when we discuss how Stella got her groove back, stay romantic. Don't be shit to each other.
Auf Wiedersehen!